concerned about us being in the fish tank, you're right. You're right, beautiful. We do live in a fish tank. Um, and you don't have to worry about Satan. That's his name. His name not Leviathan. His name is Satan. And he is moving. He is alive and he is moving. But he's still critically hurt. He doesn't. And then not only hurt, he the left. What side is that? His right side of his body is numb due to all the ice in the water. He's still really numb, and then his wing is not only broken, but it's cut off, broken, and it has ice on it, which is hurting him really bad as a reptile. And he don't get that much sun in that part. Although I hear something about them saying that in that part of Antarctica, the sun don't go down. Weird as hell. I don't know. And I think maybe behind Antarctica is probably Asgard, and they already discovered that. So it is land there. That's why the government signed some kind of treaty, and no one's allowed to go there. And another reason why no one's allowed to go there, to answer your question, is because they know it's a dragon, but they don't know that his name is Satan. They don't know that dragon that they are basically living on top of is Satan. They just think it's just some huge dragon that they discovered, because a lot of them scientists never read the Bible. And a lot of them people down there don't even believe in the Bible. They don't care nothing about that shit. They believe in money, materialistic stuff, which, all the stuff the Bible tells you really not to worship. You know what I mean? But the reason why they're doing scientific shit, right? So they don't know the biblical version of it. They do not know the dragon that they're standing on top of. His name is Satan. And a lot of them don't know that's where they come from. That is their creator. They don't know that. Those are just like your everyday, not average, but everyday, extremely smart in science, extremely smart guys in science, white guys in science, technically. They just know science and all that. It's probably what they got their degree in, probably been to college 8 years for it, maybe, or less than that. And basically they getting paid big, big, big money to go play in the snow. But me personally, I think that they've been in Antarctica long enough. I think it's about time they start sharing some of the stuff with the public and letting the public know just what the fuck you're doing. What are you doing with all this money you getting paid, man? You guys make a lot of fucking money. And we over here in the mainland technically going to fucking war every day with each other. Battling traffic, all kinds of crazy shit we going through. And they over there in paradise, the only thing they battling is the cold, but they got proper equipment for that. Food, everything. And they getting paid millions. A lot of fucking money to go play on ice and keep secrets. So, I think it's about time they tell us exactly what the fuck they're doing, what they found. Some of this stuff should be public, man. So we know that they're doing their jobs. Some of us love to work. Some of us can't work. We might have people fucking with us, harassing us, or what you call it, sabotaging our work life and any other life we got going on. They over there in the paradise on ice, because nobody likes the cold, for number one. And number two, they playing in the snow, making a lot of money. And so we'd like to know what other, and the discovery of Asgard and the land behind Antarctica is not even from those scientists. Shit. Some white guy they killed years ago found that. And they killed him to hush him up. He found that land behind Antarctica. Everybody's so busy doing what they're doing. Nobody discovers shit. They take the next man discovery, kill him, and then like a bunch of dumbasses. But so that's the dragon name. That's where Caucasian people, aka white people, come from. That same dragon you guys think is Leviathan is not Leviathan. His name is Satan. Satan. All right. And He created a third of the stars in heaven and cast them upon earth. That's 75%. All right. He created a lot. And he didn't white people is not uh I I don't know if they're a direct descendant, but I know that they're well, yeah, they're descendants of Lucifer, who was descendants of Satan. All right, which is two different. Well, you can't call Satan a person because he's a dragon. He was a very high ranked dragon, aka angel in heaven. He had a lot of powers. The Heavenly Father trusted him. He had a lot of powers. He gave him a lot of powers, and he tried to use those powers to destroy um, Heavenly Father. And then he couldn't even get past Michael, which messed him up really bad and threw him down to earth. And right where he landed is where he always been from day one. He never moved, but he's moving. I mean, but not enough to, like get up. He is moving though. He's moving slowly, and soon he may have enough energy to get up and thrash around just for a short little while. Um, but anyway, what I want to say is the what you shouldn't really worry about if he get up and because Satan, it may be a different story, but let me tell you, Leviathan or any big massive sea creature, you would never have to worry about them trying to kill us because they're just too goddamn big. It'll be like us trying to eat an ant or something. Yeah, we might step on it because we're humans, you know what I'm saying? And we know they bite. But other than that, you ain't trying to make a meal out of a fucking ant. He ain't got no meat for you, What you gonna do? Put him on some grease and fry him? So same thing with us to a huge Leviathan. Unless you get caught on a boat or some shit and you are at sea and he just happen to see you, and by it being a reptile, yeah, it's gonna fuck you up because that's, it's their way. It may like knock you out the boat or something. If it can even see you. Other than that, you should be okay because it'll be like a green anaconda. Let's see. Let me be specific. I would say a 30-foot green anaconda or reticulated python trying to eat a brown anole. It's not gonna happen. It's just too goddamn small for it. You know what I mean? Excuse my language, but you're just too small. So you don't have to worry about that. But by it being a dragon though, it does spit fire. Well, I don't know about the Leviathan, but Satan, remember, according to the Bible, it was supposed to. That's what I'm saying. It was so confusing because it was two ways the world was supposed to end, right? We know our heavenly brothers in heaven was supposed to fall from the heavens above and crush this earth and everything in it. And we know that it'll be nowhere to run and nowhere to hide when that happens. But then, remember, and the Bible also said the world was going to be destroyed by fire. Now, it kind of makes sense because we have volcanoes all over the world. And those volcanoes used to belong to dragons. All right. Some of them may have got their head chopped off and stuff like that. But just like if you chop the head off of a snake, it can still bite your ass. And a snake is a reptile in the same family as the dragons and the white people, aka human dragons. They're all in the same family. I'm not saying that the white people could bite with their head chopped off or nothing like that. I mean, what I'm saying is they're related to them. But the snakes can surely bite with their heads chopped off, and dragons can still spew fire out of their nose, even if their head's chopped off. You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, if you kill a dragon and you chopped off his head, and the dragon turned petrified or whatever, right? And his hold on, I don't want to do too much talking. I got these folks trying to like listen to me all the time. But okay, he gone. Let me show y'all real quick. See, he just walked by real quick, and I ain't want to just keep talking. Anyway, it just me, my little mood. You know what I mean? Anyway, so if you chop his head off and he has a volcano, his nostrils spit volcano if he's big enough. to where his nostrils is actually a volcano, like Satan is. Even though he's petrified, it can still activate a couple of times. You know what I mean? Uh, that's their little weird ability, sort of like fishing, right? How the Heavenly Father got us out here. You can go out there on the sea, right? And you can catch 30 fish. You can take them home and eat those fish and get full. All 30 of those fish already responded back into the ocean, just like that. But you think they're dead, but they're not dead, because that's the multiplier magic, is what I call it. Multiplier magic that the Heavenly Father has given to fish for us, you know, to survive or to whatever, have fun, you know what I mean? So you might feel bad, you out there catching a fish, you know what I'm saying, and you taking them home to eat it, but no, it's okay. That's totally fine. They don't get. You could take a frozen fish and put it in the water, and in time he'll wake back up and start swimming after being frozen. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know if all fish got that ability, and maybe they do, but that's some of the abilities fish have. You know what I mean? Like a dolphin got the sonar radar and everything like that. Like a shark don't have gills. They got, you know, something similar to dinosaurs or whatever you want to call it, humans, or, you know, whatever. They all got their little earthly or oceanly magic. You know what I mean? And that's some of their abilities. I know it sounds crazy as hell, right? How you probably thinking, how the fuck if I go out there and catch some fish and kill them and cook them, they gonna respond back into the ocean? Yes. And even if you throw their bones, in the ocean and the fish, you see the fish is eating their bones, they're already swimming back in the ocean, the same size, same, just in a different part of the ocean. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Us humans don't do that though, because we already got enough powers. We got different powers. We just can't spawn like that over death. Fishes got that kind of like authority over death, if that makes sense. Not over death, but it's like they don't exist in the first place, because we are in a aquarium, a fish tank, right? And it's like some of us got the power to see the Heavenly Father, right? But some of us don't. It's some of us that can look up in the sky, they don't see shit. They just see blue sky. Some of us can look and see exactly where the Heavenly Father at, see what he's doing. You know, that's just the gift. Some people can move the trees, the water, the lightning, you know what I'm saying, the clouds. Some people can't. It's just a gift, that's all. But you might think when you catch a fish and you kill it and you eat it, you might think it's dead. No, it just respawn back into the ocean. It's just the magic it has, you know what I'm saying? The same way the sun comes up every morning and goes down every morning, the same way you catch a fish and you take him home, you kill him and eat him, he's already back into the ocean. It seems crazy. And I know you're thinking, how in the hell is that possible? You can fish out the ocean. No, you can't. It's really big. You can catch a whole lot of fish, but you can't fish it out. The ocean is just too big. It's just huge. You know what I mean? You just won't be able to find them. They spawn in a different location. The only people who don't spawn back here is we do when we die, because we out of there. We humans, you know? And I think it's because of what the Heavenly Father got planned for us. I don't know. It's just weird, right? When we die, we just got to wait to be judged, I guess, and all that. It's a lot more to it. And some of, but yeah, so now that you understand that, I just wanted to, make this respond video to the young queen in the video. You're right, though. We are in the fish tank, and the Heavenly Father has many fish tanks in his home. All right, thousands of them. And inside those fish tanks are planets, a lot of planets, a lot. And there's life in those planets. Some life that terrifies to death. And some life, it may be people that look just like us. And I think some of those people, they are already discovered in Antarctica, behind the ice wall. And through the tunnels there's a location you can take to get out of planet Earth. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the first planet out of planet Earth may be Asgard. the planet of Asgard. What the people like there, what's life like there, we don't know. But I'm sure some people in the government probably know. You know, they killed the original dude who discovered that. You know, they always killing some motherfucking body for some reason. Stupid ass people, you know? You know how smart the country would be if everybody they killed was still alive? You know what I'm saying? How much knowledge would be up in the air now that social media is booming? How much statements would be on social media? And another thing they doing is stupid as hell is putting blocks and censors on social media. These motherfuckers so hooked on trying to have authority, they just stupid and silly than them. Oh, excuse my language, y'all. Anyways, catch y'all next video. Stay safe. Peace out.